Today, I can't lie, I'm very excited. I found a kitchen on Facebook Marketplace for £100, so instead of spending £900 to £1,000 on kitchens from Wickes, Howdens, I'm going to go and pick up a second-hand one and try and renovate it and restore it and do it myself and install it right here inside the van. You absolute beauty! This is complete guesswork. I have no idea what I'm doing. Hey, all four drawers open together. I mean, why wouldn't I want that? I tell you what though, it is now looking like a kitchen, that's for damn sure. After being let down by a kitchen company who offered to build my van kitchen, but then absolutely ghosted me, I decided to take matters into my own hands. I jumped onto Facebook Marketplace, I scoured the internet for a second-hand kitchen, so many different colours, so many different prices, and so many different kitchens. Whoa, this Facebook Marketplace is addictive. I messaged one person, and then another, and then another. Why?
No reply.
Then I got a reply from Sid. Kitchen's not available until March. Well, that's no good. I want the kitchen next week. Rennie told me it was sold. Sean ignored me. Svetlana confused me with all this high-tech kitchen lingo. What the hell is she talking about? High-gloss end panel. Sold, sold, sold. They're all bloody sold. When all hope was lost, and it seemed like my dream van kitchen was out of reach, an angel was sent down from heaven, and I found Rachel. Oh, Rachel, how you are the apple to my eye. The diesel to my broken Chinese heater. Christ, the thing's gonna bloody blow up. So I said, hi there, is this still available? I would like to buy and collect ASAP, please. After some flirty messages back and forth, her trying to make me jealous by telling me she's had other people interested in it, I put an offer on the table, an offer she couldn't refuse. £100 for the lot. And just like that, the next day, a deal was done, and there I was, driving 2 hours down to Christchurch, dragging my dad and the dog to go and pick up this kitchen. Well, this is a whole lot of kitchen that I don't need for the van, but plenty of good stuff to take here. Some nice drawers, a nice cupboard. Apparently I can take this and all these tap units. Now me and my dad have the mission of taking this all apart. This should be fun. Right, I'm loose here.
Yeah.
Are you loose?
Yeah. Okay, I think take doors and the shelves off. And yeah.
Why? That can go straight into the van.
Well, I cannot carry that.
That's too... It's not that heavy.
I can't carry that, no.
Why not? Try it.
Look, Will, I can't lift it. No, look.
Dad, are you joking? That is not heavy. He's not feeling very strong today.
We get there, we get there. Okay, let's see how far.
Oh, I'm not even going to use this for God's sake because it's going to be too big to put in the van, but things like this door I can use.
What did I say?
After 5 hours the other day of ripping out this people's kitchen, which they decided they didn't want because they're going to renovate their new house and obviously rip out the old kitchen and put in a new one, I saw all of this on Facebook Marketplace, messaged the lady and obviously went and picked it up. Let me tell you, they have had an absolute touch and a great deal because I paid £100 for all of this. We ripped out the kitchen for them, 90% of it anyway, and now I've got to figure out what to do with all of this because there's only 2 units, or literally about 20% of the stuff here that I'm actually going to be able to fit inside the van. So let me show you exactly what we've got. First off, we've got a 50 unit kitchen base and a 60 kitchen unit base, which I'm going to use and put inside the van. I'll set it all up and show you exactly what I'm thinking. Obviously I've got drawers and stuff, which most likely I'm not actually going to use. If anybody wants any of this stuff, please let me know, because it's either going to end up in the skip, or I'm also going to try and sell some of it and try and make some money back. They also let me have some taps, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use that. I got a soap dispenser, or a dishwasher, not dishwasher, what the hell do you call it? Fairy liquid dispenser. There's loads of other little bits like wool units, which again, I won't be able to fit inside the van, but it's all in pretty good condition. You can see this blue paint here, there's no real marks or scratches on it. It's been well looked after and maintained. I got a couple of end units and little storage areas. Also got 2 decent sized worktops, which I've cut down, one there and the other one is lying over there. So before I had a look on Facebook Marketplace, I did decide to get a quote from Wix and from Howden's, because my initial plan was to get a kitchen done for the van where I could have some nice brand new base units, some nice handles, some nice doors, all that kind of stuff, but the quotes were just absolutely ridiculous, and I figured I'm going to have to cut down the kitchen to make it fit exactly how I need to in the van. I'm going to have to modify it, I'm going to have to customize it, and let me show you how much I was getting quoted for 2 base units. The first quote here, which I got from Wix, was £504, and then we go to Howden's, £895. I spent £100 on all of that. I can pick and choose what doors I want, which ones are in good condition, which base units I need. I can modify it, I can cut it without the fear of spending a lot of money and having to cut things down. So I didn't see any point at all buying a brand new kitchen, and instead I've got a second-hand one which I can reuse and kind of renovate and refurbish and modify and do whatever I want with it. I've not got my dad here today to help me lug stuff around. This unit here, I'm pretty sure had their oven in before, but it's exactly what I need to put the fridge in, so it should work perfectly. That is pretty much going to be my kitchen. Not massive, but I haven't got a huge amount of room to play with. God, these worktops are heavy. Okay, I've just put this all up here just so I can show you what my thought process is, and yeah, we're gonna have to modify, cut things down and have some fun with this. That's the beauty of it being second hand. I'm not scared to cut things up, and if I do cock something up like a drawer, I can just replace it with, well, all the other spare parts I've got. Look at this. Even having this in here completely transforms the van. That is absolutely unreal. I will be changing all of this, from sanding this down to make it lighter, changing the colours of these blue pastel drawers and units, but that'll all be in a separate video. For now, it's just about getting the design, fixing things in place, and just trying to work out how everything's going to fit. I've also decided I want to get rid of these legs. One, they're not sturdy, and also I want to add some plinth drawers, because this is good storage space under here. There's no point me wasting this just with the legs. So what I'm going to do is put some battens either side to make it roughly the same height that it is now, and try and make some plinth drawers, they call them. I've only learnt all of this stuff in the last week about what a plinth is, what an edging panel or end panel and all this kind of stuff is. So as always, it's all been a learning process. Make sure to give the video a like, subscribe if you're new, and watch me make a few cock-ups, but also hopefully learn alongside me as I try and renovate this Facebook Marketplace kitchen. Okay, so I bought these 2 thick pieces of batten, because basically I'm going to double these up on top of each other to try and match the same height as the current table legs, because then I'll be able to fix these to the unit and then the unit to the floor to obviously stop it sliding around. And I'll also be able to use these to make my bottom drawers. So we'll just check all this, see how everything measures up. Oh, you absolute beauty. Oh, you sexy bastard. Oh, yes. That is going to work a treat. Look at these, by the way, all in bloody good condition. Couple of scratches and stuff, but that's probably because I just dropped it. Oh, Jesus. Nice, don't know what you call these, sliders, rails. Everything works well. Oh man, this is going to be fun to try and renovate this. How'd you get these out? Bloody annoying. How's that fixed on there? What? There's no screw through that. You always think something's going to be easy. I thought it would just be a matter of 4 screws and that would be it, but I cannot see how these are being held in place. There's no screw either side. Okay, that seems to be the only way. You twatting bastard. Hey, voila! I've gone from this size screw to this size screw, all because I just had to flip it upside down, or the right way around this time. Yeah, always think before you screw, because that was just so unnecessary. Right, the first unit, the base is on. I won't bore you. I'm going to do exactly the same on the other one, and then I'll show you the next steps to getting this fixed down to the van floor. One thing I obviously need to be mindful of is the space between my driver's seat and the kitchen. I don't plan on driving with my seat this far back because I just don't have it that far back, so. But I want to allow a bit of space and a little bit of movement, so pretty much exactly where these kitchen units are now is where I want to fix these battens on the floor. I just need to work out, yeah, how I'm going to mark where I want these and how I'm going to fix it. The other thing that I want to mention is in this gap here I'm going to have a bench. Now it's not going to be the biggest bench by any stretch of the imagination, but hopefully it should be enough room for somebody to come and sit in here and then use the table, and then I'll also have a bench the opposite side. It's not a huge amount of kitchen space that I've got, but this is only a medium wheelbase Fiat Ducato, so you've got to make do with what you've got. I'm not going to be able to squeeze everything in. There's going to be some difficult moments. For example, if somebody's sat here and the table's pulled out, well, then they're kind of stuck in here. But what can you do? It's a small space. I'm trying to make things as practical as possible, but it's also difficult to try and envision and think about the future and how I'm going to use the van. So not everything will work perfectly, but as I said, it's a small space. You got to make do with what you've got. Beautiful, beautiful stuff coming to life. Everything's pissed in a van. Honestly, trying to get things square and lined up is impossible in a van because everything is off. Everything is like this and oh my goodness me. Anyway, I fixed the bottom battens down. Now I'm going to fix the battens that I screwed onto the units onto these battens. It's a long process, but we're getting there, and this means it should be super strong. And also I can build a drawer underneath the units. No pre-drill, let's see what happens. Please don't snap. I'm done looking over my shoulder. This past time won't help me getting over it. We are all fixed down into the base of the floor. Obviously I will actually add some kind of brackets to attach it to the wall, just to add extra support. This one is solid as a rock. This one has more flex in it, but that's also because it doesn't have a back panel in it. So once all of this is fixed to this back piece of ply, that's not going to go anywhere. I'm happy with that. According to my calculations, this worktop should now sit straight on top and go under the windowsill. Oh, you absolute beauty! Oh my god, I'm good. I am bloody good. You absolute sex machine. Look at that. Oh mate, that. Oh, fits like an absolute glove. Oh yes. So the next thing I've decided to do is to try and make these bottom drawers. Now, I've never made a drawer in my life, but thankfully the fact that I've got an entire kitchen back there means I can kind of cannibalise and work with what I've got. They're not going to fit perfectly straight in because I'm using thicker pieces of wood, so some adjusting is going to have to be done.
I don't know what I'm bringing in closer. Yeah, I'm looking ahead, looking out for someone like.
I've moved all the drawer hinges, what they call drawer sliders, up ever so slightly to make enough space for this. The only issue is now, look at this. Hey, all 4 drawers open together. I mean, why wouldn't I want that? Hey, mumbo jumbo! It fits. So, by me moving all of these up, I now don't have to do too much bodgery work. Apart from make the frame of this narrower. I reckon I can get this done today. Well, the great thing about having all this kitchen is I can now pick and choose which parts I need. Because I need 2 drawer sliders for the bottom. And there's 2. Now I've got my runners for the plinth drawer. This is complete guesswork. I have no idea what I'm doing. In terms of if this is going to line up, if this is the right height, I have no idea. I'm just going to put it in, hope for the best, and then I'll be able to get some sort of alignment once I know roughly where it sits. If anybody wants to give me some sort of joinery apprenticeship or carpenter apprenticeship, or just teach me a thing or two, please do let me know, because I would absolutely love to improve my carpentry skills and just woodwork in general.
Maybe someday when I've grown older, I can see from the.
I've done it. I have finally done it. I've added a bottom drawer. I tell you what, hats off to anybody out there that is a carpenter, joiner or cabinetry maker, because this has absolutely blown my mind. The time that it's taken me to do one drawer, I could have died, gone to heaven, and then come back to life. Wow, the skill some people must have to do things like this is incredible. There's no wonder people are charging absolute thousands for bespoke, customised cabinetry and wardrobes, because honestly, the amount of screw holes I must have in here to get everything lined up perfectly is ridiculous. But I think I'm finally there. The only thing I'm not happy about is the alignment of all of the drawers. They're just slightly off, and that's really annoying me. This is the first drawer I've ever made in my life, and I haven't even made it from scratch, and it still blew my mind. If anybody has any tips or advice on how to stop all of these flying out when I'm driving, please let me know, because last night I drove home to test that everything was, well, fixed in place, and I obviously completely forgot that the drawers were in and they came flying out. So I know there's some sort of locks that you can get. I'm thinking about buying some magnets which will hopefully hold them in place, but any suggestions or advice on how to stop drawers flying out when you're driving, please let me know. Put it in the comments. So many months ago, when I was planning for this van conversion, I actually ended up buying one of these I don't even know what it's called. I'll try and find it. It's like a camper van set where you have a sink, a hob, and a very simple water system and grey water system. My plan is to get some underslung water tanks in the future, but the waiting time to get them delivered is quite a while, so I'm figuring out if I just set up this pretty basic simple water setup for the time being, and then at a later date I can upgrade to the underslung. I don't like the sink like that because of this hinge. There's not really anywhere to drain. Hinged up table here to cut things, so that could be okay. I could always pull the table out. It's a small kitchen, that's for sure. That could go there, I suppose. And then you kind of got this whole area free. Chop, 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 chop. Oh, need to wash up. Tap can go there. I think I've worked out that I'm going to have the sink in this direction vertically and the hob next to the sink, and then, as I said, my plan is to put some sort of table that hinges up. This means that I'll have, well, not a huge amount of cutting space, but once I add that extra length it should be a little bit better. I think the first thing I need to do is to cut this worktop down to the exact size that I need, and then I can exactly work out how much space I've actually got to play with, because at the minute it's completely overhanging where it needs to be, because remember, I'm going to have a chair here. Perfect. Absolutely spot on. Time to cut out the shape of the sink. This is it. We know it fits, but how good does it look in here? Mate, you sexy son of a bitch. You absolute beauty. I got a sink. Washing up, looking out at the view, at the sexy senoritas, a bit of nature, a bit of mountain views. Oh, I'm going to cook a scrambled egg. Wash up. Mate, unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable, Jeff. Oh my God. That's not too bad if I do say so myself. We've got an equal gap here, as I said, a bit of play. We've got a gap here to put some fairy liquid and all that kind of fun stuff. Mate, look at that. So good. The hob is finally in. I decided not to use these little bolt things because it just makes it too difficult to line everything up, and then it means you can't have any wiggle movement to get things exactly straight. So my plan is, when I actually do come to fixing it down, obviously so it doesn't fly all over the place when I'm driving, is I'm just going to put some glue in the inside of this frame and then stick it down, and that'll be absolutely fine. There won't be any problems. I think if there is, let me know, because I think glue for me for this is the way forward. I tell you what though, it is now looking like a kitchen, that's for damn sure. Can't lie, feeling pretty chuffed with the last couple of days of work. It's been slow progress, as it always is on the van build, especially when I'm doing it, because all of this is completely new to me. But I have to say, getting this second-hand kitchen and being able to cut it up, make mistakes, learn from the mistakes, and then get it right has been a good process. I've enjoyed it. The kitchen sink is in, the hob is in. We now have the drawer underneath. So this is what I like to call the first phase or the first fix of the kitchen. I'm going to break up this kitchen renovation into a couple of different videos just because there's too much to film and try and get it out in one video, otherwise it would be an hour long. I have no idea how long this video is already. The next step for me is to remove everything that I've done in the van because I want to get the walls painted. I have got an almighty mess to clear up there, outside and behind me, but we're getting there, guys. Progress is being made, and the fact that I've got a worktop in here now just makes a hell of a difference. If you guys have any suggestions or advice on anything that you've seen in the video that I could do to make things more safe, for example like the drawers flying out, how can I stop that? How can I sand down this worktop to make it lighter, and what kind of varnish should I use or protective coating to put on top, because all of this stuff I have no idea about. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure to give the video a like, please make sure to subscribe, and as always, drop a comment to let me know what you thought. Keep an eye out for part 2. As always, catch you in the next video.